Hey guys! We're back at it again! Okay. We're back at it again. So we're gonna talk about a bit of positivity
as well as mental health.
And we want to apologize a little bit of the delay because of the pandemic and stuff, so we couldn't do much about that.
I know, it's just been really hectic, honestly.
It's just like with us here in London, there's been a lot of lockdowns, there's been like a lot of things that we couldn't even do. We did promise you that we're gonna go out, show you the inside of London and so on. At the moment, it has to be like, on a bit of a stand with that, because in the end, we still promise you that. However,
the show must go on.
Show must go on. Yes! I feel like we're like in a bit of an Oprah.
Yeah. Oh my god. In the UK, we've had so many different tiers. 1 minute we're in tier 2, tier 3, tier 4. Like, you just never know.
When you talk about tiers, I be thinking about tiers.
For you.
Yeah, tiers for you guys. We just feel like, so ambitious to do these things, and it just makes us so sad at times, but in the end, we're here to give you the best pep talk.
Exactly. The pandemic has been pretty rough. Like, it stopped me from doing a lot of things. Every time I'd make a plan, I'd be planning towards it. I'm like, yes, we're going to do it, and then there you go, another lockdown. It's been really hectic, especially as a teacher, because they never close down schools, they close down everything else except schools. So then it just becomes a lot more pressure. It's a lot. It's honestly a lot. And then me with my screaming 3-year-old.
Wow, inspiring, for her, because she's so amazing at what she do. Being a teacher is not easy.
Yeah, it's really difficult. I've had some really challenging kids, believe me.
I would like you to explain a little bit about this pandemic.
This all started in like late November in another country in China, where apparently started in
Wuhan.
Yeah, Wuhan, yeah. And they say it started from a guy eating a bat, and then it became contagious, everyone passed it on.
I feel like everyone made that up.
Yeah, I think it's a theory, we don't know. But then somehow it reached the UK around, I would say like May-ish time, December time, January time, whenever. And then it started getting even more contagious. A lot of people have died from it. Even where like around the area I live in, like a lot of people have been claiming to get it, and it's just been really rough. And you're told to isolate for like 10 days, 14 days here and there. And it's just so contagious. Schools were closed down for a small amount of time, and then it impacted the learning of a lot of kids. And then now we're back, and then everything keeps rising once again, and we just don't really know what to do at this point.
It's not easy, because in the end, you want this to go down. You want these things to go wherever, just leave out of our sight. Because in the end, there are so many things that we can do, and I feel like this is kind of a restriction at the moment.
Yeah.
And it kind of did ruin hopes and dreams for people.
A lot of people even in the UK have been suffering a lot of economic damage, and like we went into recession. It's been really tough, like even generating certain types of income because of it. And it's really rough. And now they've made a vaccine, but we don't know if it's reliable yet or not. Are you gonna take it? We don't know. So far, so good. We're safe. Nothing's happened.
Nothing has happened, but in this year of 2020, it hasn't been like good. It hasn't been like fantastic as but we try and stay positive.
Yeah.
And today we're gonna talk about positivity as well. We want to make sure that your mental health and your mental state is on point.
Exactly. Mental health always comes first.
So 2021. We hope it's good, we hope it's fantastic, and we hope for the better. So pray for that, guys.
Yes.
And we just want to support you as much as we can. So today we're gonna share a bit of our experience.
Well, it's been really, really difficult because seeing people kind of relieves the pressure and the stress off of you. But then when we're forced to kind of stay indoors, isolate all the time, it kind of puts you in a dark corner. It's made me feel like, oh my God, should I open up to people? Should I not? Should I just keep to myself? And it's really hard not seeing anyone. Like, it had been forever since I'd even seen Gwen. So it just felt really, really like I was just on my own and everything. And it's hard. I mean, you could alternatively seek therapy and everything, but then it's so hard, like doing it online. It just doesn't feel the same. It feels a lot better to have someone right in front of you just to talk to. And it's been really, really deep in here and there. And just the whole situation has cancelled so many things that I would have wanted to do. I wanted to go to many places with Gwen. And like things like the pandemic have really gotten into the middle of things. And it just makes me think, like, what's next? We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know how long this will last for. All the people who've lost their lives, we don't know if the vaccine is, reliable or not. It's been really, really tough. So what I've done to try and get positive is at least like try and do things that like my hobbies again, things that make me feel like joy, So even just talking to a camera, like it makes me feel 10 times better. Someone's watching me, someone's listening to something I'm going through, maybe they can relate, and just being around Gwen, it's just a big ball of energy as itself.
I try to see what are the problems that you might have, and we kind of relate to each other, because it's not just we're Geminis.
Yeah.
So it's not that the fact. It's like, as a person, there are situations where you feel like you're down, you're like, you getting too many things in your mind, and it just feels like you just want to be cocooned.
Like Gwen doesn't know how, Gwen doesn't take anything personally. Like Gwen will be like, you know what? Like, I understand you're going through stuff. I
can't even take my own self personally.
Like that's literally what I always need. I need someone to understand. Like, you know what? Like, it's nothing to do with me. You're just going through this. I'm here to help if you need support. It really does.
Of course. It's just like you need these type of people in your life. You need like someone who would actually try and understand you, and maybe going through the whole similar experience, because some people might try and relate to you and might try to kind of easy your mind, but they don't really understand you as a person. So for me, from my personal experience, because I go through depression, I go through anxiety, so it's like a whole roller coaster with me, because it's like sometimes I don't have the support that I need in my daily lives, and sometimes in my personal times, it's like I always try and get to Ish, and she's always there supportive, she's always there trying her best to make me feel better. And as well, there are people out there that I'm very thankful and met throughout social media and so on. They've been very supportive, they've been very outgoing to make me the best of myself, because I've been in my dark moments where I just want to be trapped in a box and not even wanting to get out. And it's like my soul is kind of hurting me, and it makes me feel like I can't do much, I can't do this, I can't do that. And then when I'm here talking to the camera, talking to you guys, it's a wonderful thing, because it's like I'm bringing my inner self towards you guys, and I'm bringing that shine out there, and that's what I want to do. And throughout the days, I really want to go out there and do the best as I can and get somewhere, not just for me, even for Ish. Like, we're here together with this matter, so we will be very thankful for the journey that you guys are here to witness, and we want to share love with you.
Yeah, honestly, when like it takes a lot of like strength and bravery in a person to be like, you know what, like I need to push through even though like I've been feeling depressed. Like that's one thing like I have so much respect for Wenabelle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I have so much respect for Ish because, you know, she has all these things going on around in circles, and it's hard being a teacher. It's hard to try and conduct yourself, and plus, you know, being a full-time teacher.
Yeah.
It's like, it's hard to even kind of get to the point where she wants to spend time with not just me and her friends and so on. So there has to be that one friend that kind of understands and not even gonna be upset about one little thing about this person's gonna do.
Yeah.
Because I know that a lot of people out there have these type of people.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not here trying to come for you guys, but you know, I'm just trying.
I'm joking.
Maybe. If someone is actually like, let's say for example, you're feeling very down. You're feeling like, you know, you're hopeless. You're not determined to do anything. You just feel like you're in a dark hole. You just feel like you can't be, you know, out there or even having experiences or to do the things that you love to.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, people are not being very understanding. They're just saying, you know, disrespectful things towards you, making you feel down and making you feel guilty. Guilty is a big word, isn't it? I have a little equation where you have the situation plus the equation equals to the conclusion.
Oh.
So that makes you think, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like, it makes you think like, okay, well, what does that mean? So you have your situation, like the matter that you are facing.
Yeah.
And then you have the equation. The equation is like, you know, a mathematical thing. It's like you don't know what to do.
Yeah.
You don't know what's gonna happen. So later on, you add all these together and, you know, you're gonna have your conclusion because someone out there is telling you you can do something about it if you think positive, if you think like you can do it, if you think like you can go out there and build yourself, because in the end, these conclusions can come from certain things, from certain perspectives, from certain, you know, experiences that you might not have faced, but there are people that are advising you in order to go through these parts. And, you know, always maybe write down that and keep it in your notes or something, because it's a reminder of how you cope in life and so on.
Exactly.
But, you know, what do you think, Ish? Like, you know, let's say, how would you advise someone that feels down?
I feel like I just want to reassure you that, like, you're not alone. Like, we're all feeling this way. Even the most outgoing extrovert is probably feeling this way. Even somebody who's like really popular on social media versus somebody who's really introverted versus somebody, like everyone has their walk in life, their different paths, and they could be feeling this way. And like if I told some people who I'm friends with or people I work with, if I was telling them I was feeling really depressed, like they would be like, what? Like you can't tell. Because of me, I really try to keep things posted on even my Instagram. I try and share things, and people don't realize that I have my silent battle. So if you're going through that, I want to say that like I can relate to that, you know, and that feeling is going to be temporary, you know. It takes a lot of strength to redirect your thoughts and become positive, and that's very, very difficult. So if you've done that today, I applaud you. You know,
we do like, because you know, in the end, not a lot of people can do that. Some people, you know, can be very suicidal, can be very, you know, there are thoughts that come in the mind, maybe sometimes the devil playing the mind, and it makes you feel like, okay, maybe it's my last day. Yeah. Maybe I don't want to live anymore. Maybe this, maybe that. But you know, I have had my share of thoughts that happened to me, but in the end, I know there is something out there that will keep me going.
Exactly.
And I feel like, you know, the support and so on that I get from individuals as themselves, they have been incredible. Yeah. They have been like, you know, part of my life. They've been trying to encourage me to do so many things that can't even believe that I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like, come on, I'm talking to you guys. And I'm having a lovely time with Ish, and you know, it's like wonderful because this is like a friend that you would want no matter how many crises that you go through. It's like, you know, Ish was in a very dark place. So, you know, tell them a bit about that dark place when you didn't have anyone.
I'd been homeless before. I had had nothing before. You know, I had left like such an abusive relationship, and then I had literally nothing. I didn't even know if I was going to find a place at some point, you know? It was really, really difficult, very scary, very young, 21 at the time, not knowing what you're doing.
Of course.
It was very, very difficult, but then it really helped me to have a friend like Wen through it all, honestly. It really does help. And I have always had this mentality of like, oh, let me try to not rely on people, let me try to not talk to anyone, let me try to keep to myself, I'll figure it out on my own. But then, like, when it made me realize it's okay. There will be someone in this world who's like, you know what, I know you're not okay, and I'm happy to help you, sort of thing. You know, I just assumed that, oh, no one would want to take notice of me, no one would help, no one would care.
So in the end, like, I might not have gone through what she has. I might not have experienced any of these things, but it's like, you know, I have a saying, when you say words, they mean gold to someone.
Exactly. I was just thinking that, like,
I might not have the perfect, you know, words to combine all together because, you know, English is not my first language. Maybe I speak at times, it's not making sense, and I feel like, oh, am I the odd one out? No one is understanding me or anything.
You knowing more than one language is a big flex. Okay.
I mean, it's just, you know, only English and Arabic. That's
like, that's a big flex.
But Arabic is my first language, but then, you know, coming here during 2005 and learning around, you know, like learning from a kid and so on, it was very hard for me. It was very hard for me because I couldn't speak the language, I couldn't even, you know, say some things, and then people were just picking on me, and it's like, you know, it made me sad, it made me feel like unwanted. And it's like, you know, going through that whole experience, I had to go throughout the social media, which is kind of, you know, my atmosphere.
Yeah.
And people that are out there from the out world, that are maybe far away from you, you know, from different countries, can relate so much.
Yeah.
And you don't even expect it. So let's finish this up. Let's take it back to Ish.
Well, I really do hope you had a good time listening to us. And if you ever feel like you need someone, we're here. It's always free therapy with us. You know, leave a comment down below if how you've been feeling. Give us an update on your mental health. And
we are more than happy to speak to you and so on. So we hope you have a wonderful day, a wonderful time. Check out our, you know, Instagram as well.
Oh,
we're gonna be active as well on Ish When Official. Yes, honey. But yeah, you know, we hope that you have a wonderful day, a wonderful time. Please be excited for 2021. You don't know what's gonna happen. So we just wanna spread out positivity till the New Year's. And we just wanna say, Happy New Year!